Even before I came to Budapest at the end of 1991, I had heard about IH Budapest as sort of a special place in terms of a place to teach English and also a place for teacher training. And having been here now over 20 years, I've come to understand why that is. That it's not just a matter of reputation, that there's something behind the reputation. IH Budapest has a tradition of teacher development and trainer development. And what that means when you have a tradition like that is the school attracts people who are good teachers who value developing further and good trainers, which is why a lot of the biggest names in the business have come here to work on courses, and some of them have spent several years here. As head of teacher training, I oversee the whole program of CELTA courses, Delta courses, and other courses we provide. And one thing that perhaps separates our center from a lot of centers is that we maintain a staff of full-time trainers who work in rotation. So we actually have 6 CELTA trainers who work together year-round and rotate from course to course. And because they work together year-round and they're all based here, they're familiar with the local environment, they're deeply familiar with how each other works, and so there's no communication problems that you might get if you rely on freelance trainers, for example. We're also in the position of being able to handpick trainers because we attract people who are very committed to the profession, both in English teaching and in training. Often we have English teachers who they've done the CELTA often here. They go on to do the Delta, and when we spot somebody who might be a very good trainer, we actually cultivate them and we try to get them to stay here on a trainer because we want the very best trainers to work here, which is another reason we've been able to maintain a high level of quality from year to year. Finally, we actually invest a great deal in trainer development. So trainers regularly have trainer meetings, have training seminars, and we make sure that basically nearly every trainer spends at least 1 month every year working in another country, in another context on training courses, so they become familiar with how English teaching and training actually functions in different contexts, and they don't just become isolated to to the Budapest context. They, of course, as a team, they're much more worldly, and they've worked in combination in dozens of countries around the world.